Hello and welcome to this live on ITV London's Facebook page, where in our studio we're usually joined by some very inspirational Londoners, and let me tell you, we are joined by one of London's finest tonight. This is Richard Pollins, who's also one of our own, an ITV News editor. And I've just got to tell you a little bit of a story about what Richard spent the weekend doing. Now, Richard was born without legs, and you may have seen this on our programme earlier, but he spent the last 4 days basically walking across London from down in south at Denmark Hill. Here he is, a few pictures of him setting off at King's College Hospital, and he's been walking without legs for 4 days all the way up to North London, and it's an absolutely incredible feat, and there's an incredible story behind it, isn't it, Richard? This is all because of your mother. She was diagnosed with Motor Neurone Disease, is that right?
Yeah, she was diagnosed 3 years ago, and so the impact is really quite severe now on her and her life and what she can and can't do. And for the impact goes beyond just her, but goes to my dad and the rest of the family. But for me, as a disabled child growing up and having had so much support from her and being kind of driven literally and metaphorically to get to the right places and have the right everything I needed, I just felt this was a chance for me to try and do something. We prefer to do much more than what I did, but to do something to kind of take the fight back to the disease, which has kind of really impacted the family so much over the last few years.
And it's a hell of a challenge as well, isn't it? What made you think 40k, 4 days?
Well, it's just because I think it's this job, isn't it? I like to play with words, and I turned 40, and 40k for 40k, I thought that sounded quite good, and pretty much that was the most amount of research I did on it. I didn't really know whether physically I was going to be able to walk 40 kilometres, how hard that would be. I knew it'd be hard, didn't know whether I'd actually be able to do it, and whether I'd be able to make £40,000, which is a lot of money in anyone's book. But I just thought 40k for 40k sounds quite good. I'll do that.
So just see your phone just pinging. I'm sure it'll be everyone. Yeah, it'll be everyone watching this Facebook sending the congratulations in. People who haven't seen it. Yeah, but for those, there's plenty of people there who have seen about this, because you've raised a hell of a lot of money, haven't you?
Well, it's going up all the time, I think, which is really great. It's over £56,000 now. So I'm hoping to get it to beyond 60, but I really can't complain. The original plan was 40, and we're well over that, which is great.
And it sounds like people are still ringing you to donate more funds, I'd imagine. Have you been surprised by the response that you've got?
The main surprise I've had, really, I have been surprised, really. But what's been incredible.
Well, we can only just hope that it's more donations coming in, left, right, and centre. Yeah. So, onto the walk then. So I'll just let them switch it off onto silent. It's usually the type of thing. We have all sorts of people in here, celebrities. They always remember. But when you get actual ITV stuff in, like Richard, forgets to turn it off. Rule number one. I think we'll go back to the walk and sort of the challenges that you faced. You couldn't have picked a worse weekend so far this year.
No, couldn't have done it. But it was kind of character building stuff. Rain, sleet, hail, wind. It was brilliant. I think I said at one point, I was like, goodness, there was no sun. It would have been right in my eyes.
I think we've got a few pictures of it here. This is you on one of the bridges crossing over from St Paul's by the looks of things. And you have to stop just to take a breather. Yeah. Just how difficult did the elements just make it that extra?
I mean, the rain. Well, the rain was really driving in. The hail actually weirdly helped. I was feeling I was just feeling a bit tired and fed up of it all, and there's kind of something a bit invigorating about things falling on you from the sky. But the wind was the hardest part, because the wind pushing you back when you're trying to move forward is just increasing the effort you need to do, even if it's relatively not a particularly forceful wind. But that was really, I don't know, 40 miles an hour or something. It was pretty full on.
And just how tired are you? I mean, we talked about it being over 4 days, and I think you can show some of your battle scars.
Yeah, this is weirdly, my left hand is fine, but my right hand took the full force, and so I'm quite
it just looks unbelievably painful.
Doesn't look clever, does it?
No. So you mentioned earlier that this is all for motor neurone disease research and things like that. Just how big a difference is, because you're already on about £60,000, and we've been digging out some figures ourselves that say, you can pay for a care coordinator for a year with that money alone. Just how big a difference should this funding make?
I hope it make a big difference. I hope it will help towards the research that's needed to be done. The researchers that I met as part of this process seem to think that they're onto a really good moment where they kind of might make some real headway, and the stars are aligned, as it were, to kind of really sort of progress in the right direction. So a lot of it's being done about genetics and pathways and things that are well beyond what I understand. But thankfully I'm not doing it. But if I can give them help to kind of get the tools that they need to do it, because this isn't a rare condition. 1 in 300 people get motor neurone disease. And it's brutal, and the impact is horrendous, and it's fatal. And I just wanted to kind of raise its profile and to help in any way I could to kind of help the people to tackle it.
And of course, your story is that your mother was diagnosed, and there's a really emotional moment that we've got some pictures of that we'll show in a minute as well. So after you battling through the rains to get to her, you met her at your home in North London, and it's really emotional stuff. And she's clearly very emotional when you see it. Just how was that?
I knew she'd be emotional. I didn't actually know she was going to be outside. I knew she'd be very emotional because she always is an emotional person generally, but the condition actually makes it harder to control your emotions. And even though I can naturally be emotional too, I kind of, something in me clicked to try and, my job usually when in those sort of family situations is to try and kind of get her out of that, and try and get her sort of to be laughing, and that's what we did. So it was amazing that she was outside, and it's amazing that she's so proud of what I've done and what we've made. But at that precise moment, for once, I managed to control myself.
Plenty of people proud of you here in the office and across London, I'm sure. You got any plans to do anything like this again? Would you do it again?
I think I'm quite looking forward to returning to my sedentary lifestyle. Who knows? I don't know what I'll do again. I mean, there's not immediately. Let's put it that way.
Well, it'll take at least a few months, I'd imagine, for your arms and your shoulders to recover from all that. But Richard, thanks very much for joining us. I know it's not too far from your desk, but it's been absolutely fantastic. You've inspired a hell of a lot of people, and congratulations on what is an incredible achievement. And if you've been inspired by Richard's story yourself, just don't forget to visit our website. That's itv.com/London, where you can donate yourself. And thanks very much for watching.